Alrighty, y'all. So we're back here. I am on my free-to-play account because if you guys don't know, my main account doesn't actually have masked or masked and anchor. It only has anchor, but my free-to-play account has masked and anchor. So we're gonna go in scope lock with K and masked and anchor because I do feel like K is a character that could benefit from these two. Now a lot of people are like, oh my God, Zxous, yeah, like. It's I get it. K is a character everybody wants to be good or whatever, but K is just not good, right? Everyone's like, oh, Zxous, K is a crit character, give her crit damage. Just like I've given her characters who buff up her crit damage and she doesn't do, like, she's just not good, right? My whole thing is I get that in her kit it says she stacks up crit rate, and then automatically the common sense is okay, let's just put her with crit damage buffers. But no, if she was to do more damage with someone who's giving her attack damage buffs than someone who was giving her crit damage buffs, respectfully, I'm using the character that's giving like attack damage buff. It's just what it is. Like, just because she stacks on her crit rate does not necessarily mean, oh my God, she can't be used with anybody else if they're not a crit damage buffer. That's just common sense, y'all. But we're going to be using her with masked and anchor because masked herself actually does have permanent crit, right? Crit rate for all allies and an attack buff, which is going to be very helpful. Not to mention the attack damage and the crit damage and the attack buff she gives on her burst skill. So masked with K should realistically be good, but masked and anchor makes masked a lot better. Masked and K works a lot better. It's all that good stuff. I don't have summer and on this account, so realistically that third slot can just go ahead and be privity, right? I don't really mind there. And then that first slot could just go ahead and be Mihara, actually, or Miranda, because Miranda also gives crit damage. Perfect. Let's go with this proper team. Since everybody wants me to use them with crit damage buffers, we're gonna go with this team right here, right? Let's see. Like, this is scope lock. I'm expecting the absolute best at this point. This is like my last straw. I think the next video I have for this character is going to be my final thoughts. And then obviously within the next 2 days we're heading into a new month, so you guys expect a tier list from me within sometime next week, right? Of like, I guess, freaking June's rankings and stuff like that. So anyways, if we take a look at Miss K right now, right, let's take a look. K currently has her hit rate buff, sure. She has a crit rate buff by 20%. That's coming from masked, right? An attack buff, which is coming from masked. An attack buff, which is coming from who was that one even coming from? Powering up. Is that coming from you? Yeah, that's coming from Miranda, right? Powering up coming from Miranda, and then a crit damage buff of 56% also coming from Miranda, right? An attack damage buff coming from herself, a crit rate buff stacked by 30 coming from herself. So that's like about, I don't know what the actual crit rate is from that. 75 times 30. I don't have a calculator in my brain. I don't know. And then also crit damage from mass, attack damage from mass, attack damage from attack from mass, and then yeah, reload speed from mass. But let's take a look. So she's at 5.6 million. With masked and anchor, we're going from 5 million to 5.6 million to what? Because that looks crazy, right? 5 million to 59 million? That's pretty good. Genuinely, 5.6 million to 59 million, no overload gear, right? They are level 400, they are core 7, they are 10, but no overload gear. I feel like K is a character that is going to rely big time on overload gear, right? So I would say that's pretty good. 59 million, I'd say that's pretty decent. But what's her overall, and she's type advantage here as well, which is kind of crazy because, like, if technically counting crit, type advantage, it's not as crazy, but I mean, it's fine, right? 56. Right, we're at 60 right now for our stacks. We're at 90 now for our stacks. And when this hits 0, we're at a full 100 stacks. And she's still getting buffs from, the crit. Look at those crits. Look at those crits. Oh, there you go. I'm telling you, masked and anchor is probably like the only person that can save this character, realistically, right? And this is what I was trying to tell you guys with my last 2 videos. It's not that I couldn't showcase her with the right team. It's just I physically did not have access to masked and anchor on my main account. I don't have access to both of them. I only have anchor on my main account. I don't have masked. That's why on my free-to-play account, I'm here on my free-to-play account showing you guys. But look, that's better. That's what K should be doing. This is K without any overload gear, none of that. So this is my whole point. This character is a lot better with masked and anchor, right? Not to mention K is an Elysion, masked and anchor is an Elysion. Privity is an Elysion, and so is Miranda. This is a full Elysion team. So this team right here is the team you're probably going to be using in Tower, right? I mean, probably not, because Rappy's an Elysion as well. But my whole point is this is right here is a full Elysion team, right? Realistically, your only DPS is going to be K, unless you switch out Privity and put in somebody else. But we're at 247, and we're at 90 stacks. So those crits, look at them crits. Look at them crits. Look at them crits. Only crits. To 318. 297 to 318 is quite low, I feel like. Was that right? Was that 297 or was that 267? That was something else. That could not have been right. Right? But I want to say with Masked, once, you know, K gets to like 90 of those stacks, she's going to be permanently critting. So here, you guys kind of see she just guaranteed critting. Right? She just guaranteed critting. Right, and I realistically, Masked and Anchor is the only one who's gonna do that for her. I feel like this is a lot better of a showing. I feel like Masked and Anchor with this character. Again, I mean, our overall damage is not gonna be as high because Privity is not a crazy DPS, right? What are we at? 361. I want to see, because we're at 90 stacks here, so this is just non-stop crits, right? This is non-stop crits, right? 361 to 443. Yeah, that's good. This is how it should be. This is exactly what I need to see from K. This is good, I would say. Because I'm considering the fact this character does not have overload gear. This character doesn't even have a cube on right now, right? This is not my K, so this character does not have a cube on or nothing, right? Just non-stop crits. And you guys can see with people who are giving crit rate permanently and attack damage buffs and attack buffs and crit damage buffs, you're going to see K hit harder. This is what I mean. Just because she is a crit based character or crit rate, like she gives herself insane crit rate, does not mean you cannot use her with anybody else besides crit damage buffers. Masked happens to be a crit damage buffer, but ultimately she's giving attack and attack damage buffs. Hence why this character is hitting as hard as she is, realistically. Right? If you don't know much about Nikke, crit isn't really that crazy in this game, unfortunately. It's not like other games where crit are crazy. In Nikke, critical attacks are not that crazy. So yeah, just a little pointer for you guys. But boom, 582 million. I feel like that's something, right? Is it the greatest I've ever seen? Of course not, right? I don't expect K to be the new best character in the game, but is this respectable? Yes. I feel like if I switched out Privity and I put in another character or even a better DPS that works well. I mean, I could put Privity, because Masked and Anchor are distributed damage characters, right? I have Scarlet Black Shadow. Heck, I even have Cinderella. Right, but let's put Scarlet Black Shadow for this, right? And then I just do a full 3-minute run. Like Scarlet Black Shadow is not actually helping. She's not helping out, you know, K in any way, shape, or form. But Masked and Privity, Masked and Anchor are buffing up K. Masked and Anchor are buffing up Scarlet big time. So now you have your two kind of crazy DPSs here, and you should go crazy. Let's see how good this character does without Privity, though, right? Because remember, Privity does lower the attack damage buff or whatever. So you're not going to see many crits. I want to say until you get to like 90 stacks. Then you're probably going to see guaranteed crits. Other than that, probably not. 44 million. So you lose quite a bit not having, you know, Privity support, which is fine. Because what was it, 57 the first time with Privity? Without Privity, it's 44 million. But this is what I want to see. 49 million to what? Because here we're going to be like kind of fully stacking, right? We're going to kind of be fully stacking there. Reload is not as high. 49 million to what? That's non-stop crits. To 67 million off a full burst, or off a burst skill. I don't know. It's not that bad. Let's take a look now. Because we're at 60 stacks now. Yeah, we're at 60 stacks now. Just basically permanent crits. I don't know what the final number is going to be, but if it's not over 100 million, then like Privity is kind of like needed, I feel like. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Masked and Anchor. That's what I would say. You want to see K perform? Put her with Masked and Anchor. Miranda is also helping out this character, and favorite item Miranda might be even 10 times better with this character, right? I don't remember too much of what favorite item Miranda has. I don't think favorite item Miranda's buffs are that big towards characters. I think it's more just big towards herself. So I don't remember that one too much, but there you go. You put 2 crazy DPSs, 2 supports that are supporting both of those DPSs together. Your burst one that's not, you know, sabotaging K, and then you can have somewhat of a viable team, right? It's as simple as that. But yes, long story short, just for anybody to remember, you do not need to by force run critical damage buffers just because a character has crit rate in her effects. Because at the end of the day, if you're not critting, she's going to carry it. Like, K is going to crit 100%. But I'm just saying, just because it says crit rate, don't think that you cannot use regular buffers. Because it's a final attack at the end of the day. K is going to pop. This is crazy here. When I see K popping off like this, then it's crazy. Fully stacked up with, like, no, that's too much. That's when I see her pop off right there. But, oh, we're going to get a big jump off our Burskio here then. Yeah? Let's take a look. Okay, so we're in a full burst. We're at 230 million, right? I want to see something. Let's look at all the buffs we have right here. Distributed, okay, crit damage buff, attack damage buff, attack buff, reload speed buff, attack damage buff, crit rate that stacks at 30, and then where's the other crit rate? Crit rate by 20% and attack buff. We have a lot of buffs here. 230 million to what? This is not going to be guaranteed crits because we only have 30 stacks. I want to say 60, 90 stacks is when you're probably going to see guaranteed crits with masked, but 230 million to 71 million. So the more crits, the stronger she does. Essentially, the more crits she lands, the stronger she is. Because remember, every 4 crits, she's doing additional damage. So here, where she's going to basically be fully stacked up, you're going to see just damage on damage on damage because she's non-stop critting. Look at that. Every 4 of those critical hits, she's doing additional damage. And that's just kind of crazy there, right? If the additional damage is a lot higher too, she would be broken, I would say. Like, I think it's 18% or something like that. What is it? Let me just take a look. It's 23%. Like, if that was 100% or even higher than 100%, that would just be crazy. This character would be very, very powerful. The fact that Masked and Anchor and Elysion characters, and so is Miranda, you can run those 4 characters on the tower as well, and probably do decent, you know, because Masked and Anchor are crazy supports in general. So, yeah. Now you have 2 DPSs on your team. This is no Privity. Probably a lot less damage than what you have with Privity, but now you have, you know, 353, which is okay, and then 578, which is cool, right? No overload gear, no none of that, but there. I've made K work, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have Masked and Anchor and you really want to use K, by all means, I've made her work. But other than that, I don't think this is what I mean in my last video when I said K needs like a perfect team to really be okay. You know what I mean? This is not a character you can just put on any team, because a lot of the good characters in this game have ammo capacity or stuff that you don't want K to have, right? K needs a perfect team to still do, I want to say, okay damage. That's the reality of the situation. Is she good? I'd say she's a decent DPS, but not like a main priority at all. But for now, it's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.